So when you were 17 years old, you were charged with 2 felonies because you witnessed
Oh,
a
you did your
brutal
fucking research. My God. Okay, yeah.
you
Holy
witnessed a brutal assault and you had a
oh,
phone on you, but you didn't call the police. So they tried to say that you were like in cahoots with the people that were doing the violent act.
oh my God. What a story you uncovered. Yeah, man. True story. True story. So it was aggravated battery and criminal damage to property of over $5,000. And they used a term called aiding and abetting in court to convict me. And it was because I had a cell phone and I didn't call the police and say that this crime was happening. That it was like that I was aiding them in the crime because dude, I went on it. Like I had a fucking trial and everything. Like I had to take the stand and I had my court appointed attorney and the prosecutor or prosecutors rather. And we had like a trial. My family was there. People were there. It was like straight out of a fucking TV show or like a courtroom drama, man. Like it was crazy. And
Wait, this is like 98, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 98.
So
I think
what they had the Nokias at that time, or what was it?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember the brand, but I had like a big phone. It was like a big brick phone.
And it was blue?
No, it was the Nokia. It was like the little square. It was yeah, bro. I had that. It was this little like square Nokia phone that I had, and
that bitch is resilient.
Fuck yeah. God damn. What a tough phone. But it ended up getting me in trouble. So the prosecutor, I'll never forget it, man. I thought that I was getting away like, oh shit, I'm good. And she was like, so somehow it came out that I had a phone in my pocket and I had talked to my mom and told her because it was at a party. And I had told my mom, hey, I'm on the way home and I was running a little late. And then the prosecutor heard me say that. And she was like, so you mean to tell me that you had a phone the entire time on your pocket and you didn't inform the police that you were witnessing this brutal crime? And she ended up getting that's how they got me. Like that I was found guilty. And fuck, man, what a story. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. 2 skinheads. So there was a car that pulled up to a house party that we were all inside. And I went to a predominantly Mexican school. It was like an alternative school where I'd say over half of the kids there are Latino. And there's a lot of gang adjacent kids there. And so we were partying for the first day of spring break. And it was, we were at this party celebrating spring break, and some little ratchet white girl, I was about to say her name because I know her name in real life. I'm not going to put her name on your YouTube channel, but this girl that we went to school with came in and said, these 2 skinheads out in the car are saying that they don't want to come into the party because there's a bunch of N-words in there. And like 15 people ran outside, maybe even more. They took bats. They surrounded this car. They beat the fucking windows in. There's these 2 dudes, one in the front seat, one in the back seat. They beat the doors in, the windows. They just destroyed this car. Doors came open, ended up beating the fuck out of these dudes, man. Like anybody that's ever witnessed a horrifically violent crime will tell you that the one unmistakable thing that a lot of people, if you've never witnessed something like this happen, don't realize, that the sight of blood is one thing. When there's a lot of blood, seeing a lot of blood, that's crazy. But the smell of blood is a whole other thing. It smells like pennies. Like it smells like like coins. And I remember there was blood everywhere. I am talking fucking all over the driveway, all over the people. They were doing like a SWAT team drill. The local police department was doing a SWAT team drill 1 block over. They were like, it was like 2:00 in the morning, 1:00 in the morning. They were like running a drill in this house, and they heard the commotion happening. Somebody maybe called 911, one of the neighbors, I don't know. But within like 5 minutes, there had to have been 40 cops on this drive. Like, it was the most fucking insane thing I'd ever seen in my life. It wasn't like cops pulled up with sirens going. They ran up because they were 1 block over. There were no cars, nothing. They had like guns, like choppers, and they were in like fatigues and shit. They put everybody get the fuck down. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Got arrested, went through this whole process.
Why did they pick you of all people?
They arrested every single one of us.
Wow.
So there were, I don't know the exact number, but I'll say like just ballpark, at least 10 of us got arrested. So everybody that was in the party, it wasn't like a huge party. It was just kids we went to school with, probably like 15, 20 kids. I'd say like 10 of the kids got hemmed up and arrested. And like, it was bad, bro. And all of us charged with the same thing. Some of us, like, I didn't even go to jail or anything, like spend any real time in jail for this. A couple of the kids already had cases and ended up doing like time. Even like my friend John got tried as an adult, even though he was 17, felon. My friend Sonny went to prison for a couple of years because he already had multiple felonies. So it was bad, bro. Like, it was a bad fucking ugly time. Ugly situation. Not my favorite memory for sure.
So what was the outcome for you in the end? They found you guilty?
Yeah, so they found me guilty, and they adjudicated me because I was 17. I was 17 years old. So if I would have been 18, the felonies would have landed differently on my record. You can still find them if you look my record up, but it's adjudicated felonies instead of convicted felonies, which makes a difference because I was only 17. And so I had to do intensive probation, and then I had to do scared straight, where I went to Lansing Penitentiary for the day. Bro, hand to God, I had to do scared straight. I had to go to Lansing Penitentiary for the day and spend all day in a cell. And my cellmate, or like the guy that was actually the prisoner there, who was my guide there, he murdered his wife and her dad. And he was the guy that I was like learning from all day. He would like take me around.
Shit.
Bro, it was fucking crazy. And I swear on my children's lives this happened. Is he was explaining his story to me. You know, man, I shot my wife and her father. They came over to my house. I pulled out the gun and I put bullets in both of them. And I swear to God, this happened. He was talking to me, and this is the same effect that what would happen to me at school is it just put me in a trance. And this dude is telling me about shooting his wife, and I doze off while he's talking to me, and I like fell asleep. And he's like, "Hey, motherfucker," started yelling at me and shit. A guy is telling me that he murdered his wife, and I fell asleep while looking at him. But I was just like, bro, like one of the craziest experiences ever. And I remember going there and being like, yeah, I think I'm going to stop getting in trouble. Like, and it wasn't even scared straight, but I just was like, this sucks. Like, this is not a place that you want to end up. Not because it's scary, but because it's just awful. Like, I was like, look at these people, man. Like, they're living like animals. Like, they're like, you spend a day in prison, federal penitentiary. Lansing is federal penitentiary. You spend a day in Lansing Penitentiary and you realize like you can make enough decisions in your life and end up here. And I remember being like, I'm going to stop doing the things that get me adjacent with this environment.